And welcome out here on Snow TV as action has already started for the Snow College women's soccer game as they take on College of Southern Nevada here in the Region 18 tournament. I'm Jacob Bateman. Along with me is my colleague Ben Butler, here to bring you, along with the rest of the crew on Snow TV, all the soccer action here in the Region 18 tournament. As we are in the semifinal matchup now, the winner of this matchup will go on to play in the championship game. So it's 0-0, just 2 minutes into this game, 43 minutes left to play here in the first half. As that ball is hit towards the goal and it's scooped up by, I think that was Hannah Johnson playing as goalkeeper. Am I correct? Yep, Hannah Johnson. She was named the goalkeeper of the year for the SWAC conference yesterday. So big achievement for her, as she's been a huge part in helping Snow College gain this #1 seed and being able to host. As we see Sadie Munn slashing to the goal, and she gives it off left. And that was a shot put up by Cheyenne Jacobs. But the goalie there for CSN right there to stop it. And the ball rolls out of bounds. It will stay with Snow College.
So interesting point to point out with these two teams competing today, Jacob, is that Snow College has won both the games and meetings that they've had against Southern Nevada this season. And so let's see what Southern Nevada can put up against the Badgers this day, as they've already lost 2 games to them during the regular season, and as we are in the semifinals match.
Yep, so, but, I mean, when it all comes down to it, Ben, you throw those 2 games out the window because that doesn't matter anymore. Winner moves on, loser, your season is over. So that's the beauty of the tournament here at the end of the season.
So it will be Badger possession after that trip up by number 15 for the women. Number 15, Carly Perkins, as she tripped up the Badger player, as number 24, Cassidy Barker, sets off to kick it for the Badgers. Barker shot, pass in the middle, and that will roll out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick. So goalkeeper for the Coyotes, number 1, Carolina Velasquez, will set to give the goal kick.
Well, Southern Nevada, they're hoping to build off of a dominating performance yesterday there in the 4-5 seed matchup. They took on Colorado Northwestern and beat them by a score of, actually I can't quite remember, but it was about 6 points that they won by. It was 8-3, 8-0. 8-0 was the score. So definitely found the back of the net yesterday. Hope maybe they can move that momentum into this game against Snow to pull the upset on the top seeded team in the conference. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Southern Nevada. The men's team for Southern Nevada just played before this game, and they beat USU Eastern, so they advanced to the championship game for the men's side of the bracket. Well, where they will either play Snow College or Salt Lake Community College, which game will be played right following this one, and we will also be broadcasting that right here on Snow TV. Ball rolls out of bounds. This is the third game of the day, actually. Here, 4 games being played, the 4 semifinals games for both the men's and the women's conference. Ball pushed ahead of Sadie Munn. She's got some room to work with. They should take a shot, but good defense there. Nice recovery by Carly Perkins for Southern Nevada, because it looked like Sadie Munns was going to have a clean look at the goal.
And so Micah Bowers will set up for the corner kick, hoping to find a open player near the goalie box to look for an easy header and an easy kick in.
There's the kick in and the header blocked by CSN. Now another kick is blocked. It was Ryan Tafoya on the recovery trying to put it in. Glenn Fani kicks it up ahead, and looks like it's gonna, nope, not quite roll out of bounds. Now it does. I think this is gonna be a goal kick for Snow College now. Hannah Johnson will take it. Ball being kicked around midfield. Now it's pushed forward. Snow is looking for Michaela Cox, but it just makes its way, overshoots her, and Velasquez kicks it out for CSN. Ball kicked ahead again, right into the hands of Velasquez. Not a problem for her on stopping that shot. Sadie Munn's putting some pressure on Velasquez. She gets a body on the ball, and now it's just booted out by Fabiana Romano. And they're going to call a foul on Snow College, so we'll go right back to CSN. Romano will boot it out for the Coyotes. And here they come, pushing the other way on the far side of the field. Blocked out of bounds by Snow College, so this is going to result in a corner kick for Southern Nevada. So they're going to set up for that. Kicking that will be Sasha Escamilla. But that's blocked, and Snow College now running the other way. Jacobson got past one defender, and now it rolls out of bounds, so Snow's going to have an opportunity to set up their offense here with a chance to score. Still 0-0. 33 minutes left to play here in the first half. CSN almost steals it away. Sadie Munns recovers. Now here comes Micah Bowitz, and Bowitz gets cut off. And so the ball now returns to College of Southern Nevada. They're going to have a free kick here.
Ball passed back to Vasquez as she kicks it up to Perkins as she passes it back to Romano as they're trying to set up their offense against this Badger D right now. Has been stellar so far this afternoon as that is thrown away by the Badgers as they kick it upfield to Jacobs as she's working the left side of the field, and that ball will roll out of bounds and setting up shop for the Badgers with a corner kick from the far side of the field.
Micah Bowitz will set up this corner kick for Snow College. Micah will take it. Snow sets it up, and it's headed out by the goalie of Southern Nevada, Velasquez, with the aggressive move, and now it's kicked right into her waiting hands as she dives down for it.
So Vasquez looking to kick it deep, but just decides to roll it over to Escamilla, and as they set up shop, working on the far side of the field as they boot it across midfield, and ball bounced around like a pinball, but remains possession in CSN.
Ball bounces off the back of one CSN. It looked like Jacobs was going to have a shot there, but the Coyotes blocked that, so now they're coming the other way.
So here come the Badgers as there's a little scuffle near midfield as the Badgers working that far side of the field again as they pass it up ahead. Looking for a crease in the middle. Nothing there. Booted to the goal. Oh, just over the goal. We'll have a goal kick for CSN.
Wow, for taking a shot that far away from the goal, Ben, that wasn't half bad. She almost had that on goal and dropped it right on in there. So Micah Bowitz showing her range from deep. Velasquez kicks it out. Sadie Munns was looking for Cox. Now the ball finally makes its way to her, and the shot put up there by Nicole Jenkins right into the waiting hands of Velasquez. So Snow College starting to get some shots on goal here lately, which is a good sign. The more you get on goal, higher likelihood that they're going to be the first team to get this 1-0 lead, as CSN has struggled to find any shots on the goal. That ball almost hits the hands of Jacobson. Now she takes it, and a slide tackle by Diana Pazzarella. You know, maybe I should just leave the names to you, Ben.
I don't think I could do much better, but we can try.
Micah kicks it in, and another step up from Velasquez to knock that one away.
You know, for how many shots on goal that Velasquez has had, she's done a really good job of pinpointing the height of the ball and just being able to get her body in front of it and stopping all these shots on goal and keeping this game tied at 0. So give credit to CSN's goalkeeper Velasquez for doing a tremendous job so far in this game.
Yeah, she's had good positioning because every shot that's been coming her way, she's been right there for. Here's the kick. It's blocked by the wall of Coyotes, and now they look to get out of this danger territory. Ball rolls along the line. They keep it in bounds. Now it's stolen away by Sadie. Sadie's got one man to beat. She tries to feed Micah, but not able to find her in time. Stepping up for CSN was Sasha Escamilla. Ball out of bounds, being thrown in by Carly Perkins. Carly Perkins out of Henderson, Nevada, where CSN is actually located. And ball taken back by the Badgers. Coyotes say not so fast, and they steal it right back and try to get into scoring position. It looks like they're going to call a foul here. Yeah, a little push happens, so taking the kick for Southern Nevada is Escamilla once again.
We haven't seen much offensive side of the ball for CSN so far this game, so let's see how they react on the offensive side of the ball. This is about like maybe the third or fourth time so far this game, Jacob, that they've actually had possession in Badger territory. Mostly been a defensive side of the game for CSN thus far, as the Badgers have had plenty of opportunities with shots on goal.
Yeah, Snow, also give credit to Snow's midfielders because CSN's been struggling to even get it past the midfielders into the defense. So Snow not letting them get into even scoring position and keeping the ball either at midfield or over on CSN's side of the field. As there's another battle once again at midfield for possession. Micah tries to clear it, and Escamilla gets it rolling the other way. Perkins dives to try to save it from going out of bounds, but she's not able to do so, so throwing it in for Snow College is McKenna Clark. Snow College, it's their first season, the inaugural year for the soccer programs, and here the women's team has won the regular season conference. They're undefeated, actually, yet to be beaten, and boy, this would be huge for them if they could win the tournament as well as a first-year program. But they first got to try to get past the Coyotes. Oh, as we got a little mishap there by the goalie for Southern Nevada. That was Velasquez, but Snow not quite able to capitalize. Now it's given to Jacobson, and now CSN has reset. Ball's pushed back out, so Snow's going to have to reset their offense. So what could have been a very dangerous situation there for CSN. They're able to escape. Snow struggles to take advantage of it.
Missed opportunity right there for Snow College as the ball just bounced a little too high as they were unable to control it near the goalkeeper box, and just you hate to see that. Just missed opportunity right there, and now they have to reset and look for another opportunity later on in this ball game.
The ball was kicked out of bounds by Michaela Cox, so it goes back to CSN ball. Sadie Munns is going to try to do a little bit what she did earlier, but putting pressure on that goalie, which is seeming to work and cause a little bit of cause of worry for College of Southern Nevada. That one goes out of bounds though, and now Southern Nevada can breathe a little bit more easy as the ball's back into Badger territory. The wind's picked up here in Ephraim, so we'll see if that has an effect here on the ball as we keep moving forward into this game and the accuracy of the shots and passes and such. Munns got it behind the defense, but Velasquez steps up in time to get that booted out. But Cox has the ball stolen away. Escamilla challenged by Munns. And now she gets it ahead to her forward. Stolen back by Snow, but Michaela Cox was offsides, and so the ball's going to go back to Southern Nevada. Escamilla kicks it out, and it's
Bodies collide on the other side of the field, and the CSN player is still down, slow to get up, but she seems to be all right as she tells the official that she's all right to go. So play continues on.
Yeah, they were both going for the ball on that header. Allison Beeston just seemed to have a little bit more momentum than the Southern Nevada player. So Sadie Munns is going to check out of the game. In for her is Ashley Hall. Ashley Hall, a Riverton, Utah native. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, the town you're from, Ben.
That's exactly right. Go Silver Wolves.
We'll see what Ashley Hall can do here for the Badgers this afternoon as we're still scoreless. She's coming in as a forward. Listed as a defender, so interesting move there by Nuno, the coach of Snow College, who decided to move her up to the forward position. Ball stolen away by the Coyotes. And it's kicked up ahead. It looks like it's going to go into the waiting hands of Hannah Johnson. And there's going to be a foul on Snow College. So a free kick just past midfield for Southern Nevada. She kicks it all the way to the goal where Hannah Johnson easily scoops that one up. That could have been a dangerous play though for Snow College if the think she was looking at first for a Southern Nevada player to head that ball, but nobody was there, so it just goes to Johnson. Snow pushing into Southern Nevada territory, but it rolls out of bounds. Thrown in by the Coyotes and back into Allison Beeston. Ball saved from going out of bounds by Carly Perkins. Ashley Hall almost stole it away, but Escamilla kicks it down the field. Ashley Hall.
Ashley Hall with a shot. Oh, and great defense by Sasha Escamilla for CSN to provide the coverage against Hall and forcing a bad shot and forcing the turnover, and CSN looks to move the ball upfield as they have possession right now, just across midfield as that ball is kicked into Badger territory.
And it's kicked, the shot there by, did you see who that was? Number 9? I'm not seeing a number 9 on our roster, but, or is that 7? I think that's 7 actually. Yeah, that's Kimberly Olivares. Sorry, it was on the far side of the field from where we're positioned. And so she had an open look at the goal. She had Hannah Johnson diving, but her shot just goes wide left.
So CSN showing a little bit of their firepower right now after we saw that near goal opportunity for CSN by Olivares, but that's the best shot that they've had all game, Jacob, on goal. And so their offense starting to click a little bit better as we approach the ending of this first half.
Yes, it is. Jacobson tries to sneak past her defender, and looks like she kicks it out of bounds. It's Pesarella. And Jacobson throws it in and booted out of bounds once again. This is a very deep Snow College women's team. We see a lot of players on this rotation as likes to keep the girls fresh, and so Ashley Hall is going to come out of the game now. And we've seen the starting lineup change a lot for the Badgers as well. Which is great if you're a head coach, if you got a full bench to work with, right, Ben? I'd say it definitely gives you the advantage with the more players that you feel confident with playing.
Yes, indeed. You keep the legs fresh. You get everybody in a rotation, and so, like you said, Jacob, it's just great to have a coach who trusts his players enough to keep that starting rotation, rotating it around, and so it's just great for the players too, because then they just respond well, they communicate well, and it's more of a team effort rather than just starting players and you have your bench players.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great to see that, so, which probably is why they're undefeated and hosting this conference tournament. Here comes Cox. She almost got away, but CSN kicks that one out of bounds. They're able to land a foot on it. So Snow College throws it on in to Jenkins. Ryan Tafoya looking around. That's Jenkins again. Jenkins takes the shot, and that's wide to the right. Good looking shot from Nicole Jenkins, though. She had the look. You would like to see him take that shot. Jenkins tries to steal it away. Bodies collide, and there's going to be a foul here on the Coyotes. So good opportunity here for Snow College as they got the free kick just outside, about 10 yards outside of the goalie box.
Barker will be the one to kick for the Badgers as she waits for her teammates to line up.
She boots it over, looking for a Badger, and they get the goalie out, but one defender kept back there, and she saves the day for CSN.
Credit that save to number 21, Deanna Passarella for CSN, as she was in the right place at the right time. Got her goalkeeper's back, was able to boot that out of there, and being able to keep this 0-0 tie.
And we see a shot on the other end from Gabby De Leon, who boots it from way out there, and she almost finds the top of the net, but just a little bit too high for her on her shot. So from one end to the other, we see a couple of dangerous situations for each team, but each team able to escape it. Michaela Cox, she's got some room to work with. Will she take the shot? She cuts inside, and now she was looking for Jacobson. Ball kicked out, rolling to the sideline. It's going to go out of bounds. So it'll be a throw-in for Snow College. McKenna Clark will throw it in for the Badgers. She gives off to Tafoya. Ryan looking around. And it looks like CSN is going to be able to clear it as they get the ball back out to midfield. Wow, the right side of the field for Snow College, as they're pushing down, seems to be open. But it seems as the forwards keep trying to cut inside rather than keep going on looking for more of an inside shot rather than an outside shot. And that has been given the Coyotes the opportunity to step in and cut it off for Snow College.
And with that, you got credit the Coyote defenders for being able to force them inwards and be able to cut off those outside angle shots and being able to dive down deep inside the goalie box and be able to cut off those shots and being able to take a little bit of pressure off of their goalkeeper and being able to kick that ball outside. So good credit to the defenders for the Coyotes and being able to make challenging shots for the Badgers as they've had plenty of opportunities to score.
McKenna Clark gives off to her team captain, Ryan Tafoya. Tafoya pushes it ahead to Graham. Now there's a cutting. Jenkins got a one-on-one, and she gives off to Cox, and Cox has a wide open goal. Though they call an offsides. I think they call an offsides, a foul? I didn't catch that.
Must have been an offsides,
Yeah.
Jacob, or else that goal would stand right now. As Vasquez slid into Badger player as she was looking to score, she was passing it off, but the officials called offside. So what could have been a 1-0 lead for the Badgers remains a tied game at 0.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate situation, but I think the ref actually had the right call there, Ben, because I mean, Jenkins had the goalie in a one-on-one situation, and then she had Michaela Cox right next to her. The goalie slid for the ball, and Jenkins decides to pass it. And so in that situation, because Jenkins decides to pass it to Cox rather than take the shot herself, Cox is all by herself ahead of the behind the goalkeeper, and so an offsides is called. So unfortunate situation for Snow, but ref did have the right call there. Snow College will throw it in. Carolina Velasquez, though, the goalkeeper for Southern Nevada, is showing that she likes to play aggressive, and when the balls get coming at her, she goes and attacks it more often than not, which has been leaving the goal more open for the Badgers. Ball just being battered back and forth between the two teams around midfield. Barker gets it up ahead to Clark. Clark's pass is intercepted by Escamilla. And ball rolls out of bounds. It will stay with the Badgers.
And we have a player down for the Coyotes, but nope, she's up and at it, and she's shaking it off. That is number 13, Nadia Hernandez, who was down on the field, but she's shaking it off, and she's looking like she can play. So we have an official timeout just momentarily as they check on Hernandez on the far side, and play continues.
Hannah Johnson kicks that ball out. Clark not able to save it from going out of bounds. Ball goes to the Coyotes. Beeston steps up, intercepts the pass. Good positioning from Allison Beeston there. As Jenkins steps in, ball kicked out of bounds by Escamilla. Ball will be thrown in by McKenna Clark. Her pass gets kicked out of bounds, so McKenna Clark will throw this in once again for the Badgers. Looking for an open man. Feeds Kelly Shawn. Gets it back out to Micah. Barker kicks it into Graham. Ball goes over the head of Allison Beeston, and Hannah Johnson picks it up. He's just going to kick this one out of there. Kicked out of bounds again as the CSN defender knew she had two Snow College forwards around her and wanted to just give her defense a chance to reset there, which they do. And CSN stills it going the other way now. Back to the Badgers' possession. Micah Bowitz was looking for Jenkins there, but Jenkins not able to get to the ball in time. And here we are, we're approaching the end of the first half, still scoreless. We got 3 minutes and 45 seconds left to play till halftime. As both teams have had good looks at the goal, but just either some mental mistakes or not able to capitalize on the situations. You got to think, though, with the way this game's been going, that we're not going to be the scoreless at the end of regulation if these two teams keep up what they've started here in the first half. That ball is booted by Kimberly Olivares, who we saw on a shot earlier. Hannah Johnson, just with a little bunny hop, able to stop that one.
So as we approach just under 3 minutes left in this first half, it'll be interesting, Jacob, to see which team finishes this first half strong, to see who can attempt to go up 1-0 at halftime, which would be huge for either team to heading into the second half up 1. So we'll see which team closes out this first half strongly and potentially to go up 1-0.
Yeah, Southern Nevada as the underdogs in this game. I mean, even staying tied at 0-0 isn't too bad for them, as they just don't want to go down and be down at halftime here against the top-seeded Badgers.
So we have a foul on Barker at near midfield, so the ball will go back to CSN as Escamilla looks to kick it off for CSN, trying to set up shop late in this first half to look for an opportunity to score.
Bodies hit the ground, but no call as the players battle for the ball. Now it's kicked out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Southern Nevada. Clock continues to tick. We're down to 1 minute and 15 seconds left till half. Southern Nevada in scoring position. Ball's headed out. Jenkins takes it. Not able to keep possession. And now it's kicked out of bounds. I think I say there was a foul beforehand. I think they are. So it will go back to Southern Nevada. We're down to 30 seconds on the clock. They're going to have to move quick in order to try to get a shot off here before halftime. Escamilla boots it to the goal. Ball's headed around. Battle for possession, and almost goes in as the ball was kicked to the goal, but it's just wide to the right, and so that's going to end halftime here, or the first half here in Ephraim, Utah, and we're going to go into halftime as the top-seeded Badgers play their first game of the tournament against fourth-seeded Southern Nevada, and we got a tight one here at 0-0. And so we're going to take a break, but we will be back for the rest of your game once the second half resumes here on Snow TV. back as we have the start of the second half between the Badgers and the Coyotes. Things will start off as the teams switch sides of the field. And the wind picks up even more here in Ephraim. Still scoreless. Escamilla just over midfield. Kicks the ball towards the goal, and Hannah Johnson bats it on the ground, and then she picks it up. McKenna Clark throws it in for Snow College. It's been quite the rotation of girls for Snow College there in the first half, as the head coach looking for maybe looking for a rotation that's gonna be able to score for the Badgers. They've had some opportunities, and I'd say time of possession wise, they've had the ball down in Coyote territory more than the Coyotes have had it in Badger territory, but still scoreless.
All they need is one shot on goal, and that'll change the entire momentum of the game, regardless of time of possession.
Micah on the corner kick. Barker, she kicks it out. Jacobson heads it back in. Battle for the ball, and it's scooped up by Velasquez. Clark, slow to get up. She finally makes her way up, and Velasquez boots it out of bounds. So right back to the Badgers. Jacobson up ahead to Ballets. Ballets has some room to go to the goal, and rather than taking the shot, Ballets tries to find Sadie Munns, but her pass is too far ahead of Sadie Munns. So the Coyotes now on the attack. Snow steals it away.
We have a player down for CSN, and then we have an official timeout for injury, as that is number 4, Talia Silafani, who's slow to get up, and she tells the official that she's good to go, and play will continue as CSN will have possession of the ball.
And she's going to try to walk it off, a little bit of a limp. And they're going to give the ball back to CSN now, off of that timeout. Interesting move there. Escamilla boots it down the field, and Jenkins tries to kick it right back. Now Clark clears it out. Jacobson and Munns looking to do some work on the near side of the field. Jacobson trying to get some room to work with, not able to get past the first defender, and it's kicked out of bounds. That was Passarella. Booting that out. Jacobson gives left to Bowitz. Bowitz hits the deck. And ball taken now by Southern Nevada as one of their players hits the ground, and they're going to call a foul. I think they're going to get Michaela Cox on that. So Escamilla showing that leg of hers as she boots that down. Pretty much halfway across the field on that kick. Sadie Munns goes to Ballots. Ballots, she has an open Jacobson. Now she finds her, but Jacobson can't get the pass in time. I don't know if Jacobson might have thought she was offside. There was a little bit of hesitation there. She was all alone, though. And the ball will go back to Southern Nevada.
I think you're right on that call, Jacob, that Jacobs didn't know if she was going to be offsides or not if she touched that ball. So I think that second-guessing mentality game is what threw off that missed opportunity for a potential score.
Sadie Munns was open down the middle there for a bit, but the Badgers not able to find her. So they're going to have to try to reset. Micah saves it for Snow College. Harris gives it to Munns. Now Munns gets past one defender and not able to get past another. Clark has her pass stolen away. Now here comes Southern Nevada running the other way. We got a scoring opportunity here. She puts the shot up. It's on goal, but Hannah Johnson able to stop that. That was Hernandez. Like it was close on her being offsides, but she was right on the line there, so the refs let her play, and she was able to get that shot off. Jacobson can't get to the pass in time. Velasquez throws it out. Cox. Looking around, and she has her shot blocked by Velasquez as well.
So CSN working the far side of the field as a pass towards the middle is booted away by the Badger defenders, and so CSN will set up shop on the far side of the field and will throw it in, and will set up shop for a potential scoring opportunity on this possession. And so both teams really picking up where they left off in the first half, taking shots on goal, a little bit more action both sides offensively for both teams. A little bit more for CSN offensively the start of the second half, as we saw a lot of the Badger offense in the first half, but CSN coming alive a little bit more in the second half as they have a little bit more potentials. Oh, and a shot off the mark far wide right by number 7, Kimberly Olivares for the Coyotes, as her shot is far right, as we have a goal kick by the Badgers as they set up shop with number 8, Kara Harris, as she's working the left side as boots it upfield.
Yeah, that was Olivares' third shot that looked like it had a high possibility of going in. So she's been getting some good looks and almost been able to place them there in the goal, but she hasn't been able to quite capitalize on the opportunities, but still good looks for Olivares. You got to like seeing that if you're the coach for Southern Nevada. We're 10 minutes into this half now, 35 minutes left to play until the end of regulation. Jacobs gives it back to Harris. Harris looking for Sadie Munns. Now this battle for the ball. Can Munns get to it? The defender blocks her. Are they going to call it? It looked like Sadie Munns was pushed there. They're not going to call it. They're just going to let it go out of bounds. So back to CSN. But I don't know what you saw, Ben, there, but it looked like Fabiana Romano was using her body positioning there on Sadie Munns and pushed her out of the way, but that shot again, Sadie had another opportunity, and her shot goes high over the goal. Velasquez kicks it out. Here comes Coyotes. Trying to attack. Ashley Hall now playing a defender. Stops that ball, and Jacobson loses control of the ball temporarily, but makes his way back to Snow College. Harris here on the near side. Munns tries to center the ball, and Velasquez lays out and stops the play. So good move there by Carolina Velasquez. She's had her work cut out for her this afternoon, as she's had quite a number of saves. But doing her job well, you know you're doing good as a goalkeeper if you got a 0 for the opposing team.
Yes, indeed. And credit her ability, like you've been talking about, Jacob, is just her ability to locate the ball where it is, locate the pass, locate the cutting attackers and forwards for the Badger offense, and being able just to lay out, sacrifice her body, and just scoop up the ball and control it. And as we've seen, there's been a lot of shots on goal in this game, and she has been doing a phenomenal job of getting her hands in front of the ball and stopping it and keeping this game tied at 0. And she's definitely had her hands full this afternoon, but she is doing a wonderful job at it, and that's why she is the starting goalkeeper.
Yeah, so doing well, and now a yellow card was just handed out here in the game as Kimberly Olivares kind of shoulder checked Hannah Johnson, as Hannah Johnson picked the ball up, and Olivares kept running and gave her a little check with her shoulder, and so the official comes in and says, hey, we can't be having that kind of play here. And so Olivares, who's been the main threat for CSN, is going to have to take a quick sit here for the Coyotes. And just a reminder, on a yellow card, the player can come in on the next dead ball. So she doesn't have to sit too long, but just has to come out of the game temporarily. So they shouldn't be long without Olivares. This might be good to give her the rest so she can come in fresh. Try to help the Coyotes upset the Badgers this afternoon.
And Velasquez, on that last shot attempt by the Badgers, lays out to her right and was able to block that shot on goal. And just another great example of how she's been doing this afternoon as the Badgers set up for a corner kick.
That corner kick, I don't think it went as planned, as it's stolen away by CSN. And coming in strong was Ryan Tafoya there, batting the ball away, and it's going to go off of a CSN player. So good physical play from Tafoya. So now another corner kick for Snow College. Puts it in. Player's going for the header, and it's booted out by CSN now. Harris is going to try to help the Badgers reset. She gets it up, tries to find Jacobson, and rolls out of bounds back to CSN. Just a reminder that here on Snow TV, we are broadcasting all the games here in the Region 18 tournament. And that right after this game, we will be broadcasting the Snow College men's soccer team as they come in as the 4th seed, and they will take on the top seeded Salt Lake City Community College. And then tomorrow afternoon we will be broadcasting both championship games. On the women's side, Salt Lake Community College has already punched their ticket to the championship game, so the winner of this game will go on to face the Bruins, and that will be at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
And Gabby DeLorean for CSN is slow to get up, but she's able to walk it off and be able to continue this game. There's been a lot of players down for CSN this afternoon, Jacob, but no serious injuries thus far. And you hate to see that for any athlete in any sport, but thankfully these players have been able to get up and shake it off. As you catch my hat as the wind blows it off the hat. Thank you very much, Jacob.
Yeah, the wind is really, there's some good gusts here this afternoon. And that might be part of the problem on why we're still at 0-0 here, Ben. This has definitely got to be affecting the roll of the ball, and especially, the wind is coming from the south, headed more so north. And that's why we're seeing any ball that goes high up in the air is rolling north. That's the side things have been going out of bounds most of the time on. Allison Beeston kicks it out of bounds, allowing Snow College's defense to reset. That was Talia Sclafani for Southern Nevada. She will throw the ball in for the Coyotes. So Sclafani taking her time as some substitutions come in for Southern Nevada. Tafoya heads that one out of there, and now booted out by Jenkins. Sadie Munns tried to get into the way. Now it's Bowitz. She's looking for Munns, and her pass gets blocked. Back to CSN. Here comes the Coyotes. Hitting the deck was Olivares. So possible opportunity here for the Coyotes to get the first goal as they got the ball inside the goalie box. But Tafoya clears that one out there as Munns takes it the other way. Here's Michaela Cox on the fast break. Michaela gets past one defender. Now it's back out to Munns. Jacobson almost had a shot, but last minute a defender for CSN comes in, kicks it out of bounds. So a throw in for Cara Harris. Like Micah Bowitz is going to take a rest for Snow College. And that ball is kicked out of bounds again. In for Micah Bowitz. Is someone who is not listed on the roster. It's number 23. She checks into the game for Micah. There's a foul on Snow College. So CSN boots it to the other side of the field. That's going to roll out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Snow College. Down to 25 minutes left in the half. Ball thrown in and booted out by the Coyotes. Sadie almost able to get that pass. If she would have had that pass, she would have had a one-on-one with the goalie, but just a little too far ahead of her. Now another kick out of bounds. Credit the CSN defense, though, for what they've been doing. Ball's been down there a lot, but just as every time it looks like Snow has an open look, they've been able to disrupt the play at the last minute, get a player over there who hustles in and gets a foot on the ball to get enough disruption to throw off the Badger offense. And now a pass up the head. It's Olivares once again.
Like you said, Jacob, credit the CSN defense for being able to stick with the Badger offense and keeping this game tied at 0, because in the first two meetings throughout the season, the Badgers had won both meetings by an average of 2 or more points, and so they were pretty offensively fired up in those first two regular season meetings. But again, credit the CSN defense for what they're doing today and limiting the shots on goals, especially this second half, as the Badgers controlled most of the game in the first half. But the second half, they're doing a tremendous job of sticking with their man, taking off passing lanes and being able to get their foot in there and just keeping it out of the goalie box and just booting the ball downfield and giving it time for the defense to reset. So kudos and hats off to the Coyote defense this afternoon.
Shot there by Snow College, goes just wide to the right.
So corner kick for the Badgers as that ball is continuing to bounce around, seeking for possession for both teams as it bounces out to the top of the goalie box for the Badgers as they look to get a scoring opportunity. And Vasquez on the deflection, and Vasquez is able to come up with the block on the second shot attempt by the Badgers. The first one was deflected by Vasquez, and then the ball was bounced towards the far left side of the box, and she was able to get up and lay out her body and grab that ball.
Yeah, what hustle by Velasquez there. I mean, because she had to go from one side of the goal where she was on the ground to the other side of the goal where she ended up having to lay out on the ground again in order to stop both of those shots.
So the hustle play by Velasquez keeps this game tied at 0, as the Badgers had two really clean scoring opportunities right there. But again, hats off to Velasquez, as what she's been doing all game long is being in front of that ball and being able to deflect it.
Alvarez had a nice move on the other end, but ended up getting the ball stolen away off their pass. this earlier, when a tournament happens like this, throw everything out that happened in the regular season. Winner moves on, loser goes home, and here we have the top-seeded Badgers against the fourth-seeded Coyotes, and we've seen the Coyotes give the Badgers a run for their money and could possibly pull the upset here as we got 20 minutes left to play, still tied at 0.
And I guess you can start to feel a sense of urgency. Not too much urgency to score, but you can start to feel it starting to creep up on both teams, realizing that we're just about 20 minutes away from end of regulation, and so both teams are desperately looking for a score in any way possible. But it's a little too early to start getting desperate with emergency, but you can feel it creeping up on both teams in the back of their minds right now.
Yes, you can. Especially for the favored Badgers. I don't think you want to go into overtime with the underdog. Ashley Hall kicks it out for Snow. Munns at midfield. Micah Bowitz is going to check into the game. She will take the place of Nicole Jenkins. Sadie Munns gets tripped up and the ball rolls out of bounds. Takes the corner kick. Boost centers the ball. Sadie gets ahead on the ball and she heads it over the net. Another kick as the players collide. Velasquez goes down. I don't think there was any call on the play. Velasquez still down on the ground. Her and Jacobson were both going for the ball, and they both went down. So now both players are up. They're going to walk it off, and it will be a goal kick for Velasquez. Velasquez, at 6 foot tall, is the only player listed on the CSN roster at 6 foot or above. So, I mean, with that, and as playing goalie, you'll take as much height, as much reach as you can get, so you can cover as much of the net as you can cover. So, probably one of the reasons why Carolina Velasquez there for goalie for Southern Nevada. Compared to the goalie, well, we don't have the height listed for Snow College of Hannah Johnson, but I can tell you that Velasquez has her beat on the height scale. Yeah, as Velasquez gets the ball once again.
Doing what she does best is controlling that ball and falling on top of it, as she's been doing all afternoon. So for the past few 5, maybe 10 minutes, Jacob, the Badgers have been seeing a lot of offensive side of the ball. I don't know how the Coyote defense has been looking very good all afternoon, but let's see how they hold up, playing consistent defense as they continue to play defense, as they had a little thing going on the far side of the field offensively, but the Badgers stole it away as the Badgers look to set up shop again in Coyote territory.
Harris battling against Olivares, and you're exactly right about that, Ben, as you were saying earlier. Snow College dominating the time of possession here in this latter part of the second half, as Harris takes the ball to the face from her own teammate Allison Beeston, but looks like she's going to be all right. Just comes with the game, right? And kicked out of bounds by CSN. Stay with Snow College. It looks like Michaela Cox is going to check into the game. In for Kelly Shond. Ashley Hall throws it in. Sadie Munns has her shot blocked. They've thrown it in from about the same spot the past 3 times in the past 30 seconds. Ball keeps rolling out right there. So another throw in. And now it's cleared by CSN. And Allison Beeston kicks it out of bounds. So it seems that the Coyotes' offensive strategy has mainly been with Olivares. She hangs back there with the defenders all the time, even when Snow is in there deep in their territory. They like to keep Olivares back there to keep that option open in case the ball comes popping out that they can hit her. Munns tries to battle for the ball, now slide tackle, and it's taken away by the Coyotes. That was Madison Appitz with the play on Sadie Munns, so good play by Appitz to disrupt Sadie, and it rolls out of bounds, so Snow College with the throw-in. We have an official timeout here. Like Sadie Munns seems to be shaken up.
Yeah, she was shaken up from that slide tackle a few minutes ago defensively from the CSN defender, and we have an official timeout as she is helped off the field as she's walking, and she'll take a sit for a few minutes on the bench as play continues.
That's where so we'll see who takes that forward position for Snow. It looks like Jenkins. Yeah, Jenkins who comes back into the games, and she's going to replace Sadie Munns. Sadie's played the whole game up till now. One of the few players who hasn't come out of the rotation. But now she finally is going to get a rest. We'll see if or when she comes back. As time starts to tick down, we're almost to 10 minutes left to play. Winner of this game takes on Salt Lake Community College in the championship. Ball given to Jenkins. Jenkins with a shot, but it's blocked by Appitz. Now Micah has a shot, and another defender comes over in the last minute and gets the block. Wow! They just keep CSN, those last minute blocks. It looks like they're open, but they close so quickly on the Badgers. And I'm sure Velasquez is grateful for her defense there. As Velasquez comes up on that one, she was challenged by Jenkins, and she rolls it out to her teammate. Ball rolls out of bounds, back to Snow College. Harris kicks it up ahead to Jenkins, blocks it. Now we're looking to turn the corner, takes a shot, and it's just over the goal.
And like we were saying earlier, Jacob, the Badgers have really dominated the second half with offensive possession. I wouldn't be surprised if their possession for this half has been 30 minutes or more. We haven't seen too many attempts by the Coyotes this second half on our side of the field, and clearly the advantage to score is with the Badgers as they control the ball currently, and as they've controlled the ball this entire second half. It's still anybody's ball game, but you got it.
And there's the goal from Jenkins. And so that just might be the deciding factor right there, as you can see the celebration there by the Badgers, and that comes at the 8:47 mark. Nicole Jenkins gets the goal for Snow College.
And just like we were talking about, Jacob, the Badgers have controlled the game, controlled the offensive side of the ball, and it's eventually going to come sometime. They clearly have the advantage because they've controlled the ball this entire second half. They've had more shots on goal, and it was bound to happen sometime, either in regulation or in overtime, or even if needed with penalty kicks. But as we clearly saw there, Jenkins had the clean look and gives Badgers the first goal of the game, 1-0 Badgers.
Yeah, that was also give credit to Jacobson there on the pass. She was able to center that ball right in there for Jenkins, who was coming in at full speed and able to knock in the goal. But you know, you're going to think I'm lying to you, Ben, but right before Jenkins scored that goal, I was about to, I was about to comment on, how Jenkins comes in for injured Sadie Munns. But I really liked the move of putting Nicole Jenkins in, because if you remember earlier in the first half, she had that goal that was called back on the offsides where she passed it to Michaela Cox at the last second, but she had been playing very aggressive throughout the game, and she finally, that aggression pays off there on the last goal for Jenkins. So I don't know if I'm Nuno, the head coach for Snow College, and another shot put in. This one's Ryan Tafoya, and I think that's going to do the game up right there.
I was just about to say, Jacob, before that goal, you start to have the mental factor against CSN being down one score just underneath 10 minutes left, and just like that, it's down 2, Badgers up 2-0, and now that mental factor is really getting at you. You've played a clean game the entire game, defensively and offensively. Your goalkeeper has been tremendous, and you give up 2 quick goals within 2 minutes, and all of a sudden you're down 2-0 in the last 10 minutes of the game, and that's just really demoralizing to a team because you've been playing so sufficient the entire game, and just to give up 2 goals that quick is just a heartbreaker. It just really kills you, And so let's see how well they do mentally right here, as well as physically, to see how much more they put into this game, being down 2-zip with just under 10 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean that. I mean, also give credit though to Snow College. They're all smiles after that. Ryan Tafoya put that one there in at the top of the net, and she was probably about 10 yards outside of the goalie box, and so she really booted that ball. But it pays off, and now we're down to 6.5 minutes left to play. Snow College up 2-0.
So both teams have been quite evenly this entire game, though, Jacob. Both teams equally matched defensively, and the Badgers have had the slight advantage offensively, but not by much. Example, the 2-0 lead, but the 2-0 lead doesn't quite show how well this game has been evenly matched. They've got those two quick goals in the last few minutes and underneath 10 minutes, but both teams have been playing their hearts out. They've been quite evenly matched this entire game.
So now we're down to under 6 minutes, 5:45 on the clock. CSN needing to get the ball, do something they haven't done very often here in this second half, and that is get the ball over into Badger territory, because they need a couple quick scores. Bowitz on the corner kick. Cox went up there, tried to head the ball in, but she couldn't quite get her head on it, so now CSN might be playing the last 5 minutes of their season here as the clock continues to tick down. Ball rolls out of bounds. Bowitz. Harris kicks the ball in the face of Olivares. She's going to take a second to recover from that. Now Coyotes running the other way, needing some points. Can they capitalize? A little bit of physical play going on there as Gabby DeLeon was trying to find some freedom in order to get off a shot, and now they're going to call a foul as McKenna Clark goes down. She gets up though, seems to be all right. It's going to be a free kick for Snow College. Micah will take it. And Micah just kicks it straight to the goalie. I think she was just wanting to get the ball over on that side of the field as the goalie kicks it straight to Jacobson, who loses control of it. Ball given up ahead. DeLeon not able to get it. Now Clark kicks it out. CSN still in possession. We're down to 2.5 minutes left to play. Two-0 lead for the Badgers. Snow gets the ball back down into Coyote territory. And Jenkins just takes a shot, and Velasquez falls on it. thrown down the line and out of bounds. So if things pan out in the next minute and a half, that means the Snow College women's soccer team will advance, beating the women's soccer team for College of Southern Nevada. And that will end College of Southern Nevada's season, as that's another shot taken by Jenkins.
As we approach just 1 minute left in this ball game, Badgers up 2-zip. Those goals coming late here in the second half, right after each other. One was by Jenkins and the other one was by Tafoya. Back-to-back goals for the Badgers late in the second half, around the 10-minute mark, Jacob. And you just feel the sense of urgency right now for the Coyotes. They realize just with a minute left in the game, there's really no possible way to come back from 2 down with just under a minute. But they had a fantastic season. They played their hearts out this game against the #1 team in the Region 18. And just unfortunately for them, in the 10-minute mark in the second half, they went down 2-zip as Velasquez has another shot on goal deflection, as she's been playing extraordinarily well this afternoon.
And so the final seconds are going to tick off, and that's going to end this game here in Ephraim, Utah, as Snow College beats College of Southern Nevada by a score of 2-0, and they will advance to play Salt Lake Community College in the championship game for the conference here tomorrow afternoon, and that will be at 1 o'clock, and we will broadcast that right here on Snow TV as well, as we look forward to that matchup for the winner of the conference tournament. And so that's going to do us all up here for this game, but don't go anywhere, because we will have the Snow College men's soccer game where they are taking on Salt Lake Community College here in just a few minutes on our other stream. But other than that, that will end this game. Thank you for joining us here on Snow TV. We have all your Region 18 tournament action streamed live here this weekend.